I had to get involved in Movember Foundation this year because I was already aware of all the amazing work that they do to destigmatise men's mental health issues, as well as raising awareness for health concerns such as prostate and testicular cancer. So yeah, I was really keen to get involved, and being a student ambassador was just the easiest way to do that.
I'm getting involved in Movember this month because I want to help change that stereotype there is around with men having to be tough, not showing emotion. Very sadly, 2 years ago, I lost a good mate of mine to mental health issues, and he sadly took his own life. And for me, that was very much an eye-opener. I'd never really thought too much about men's mental health before that, and how important it is to talk to your mates and be open about how you're feeling.
So why did I decide to get involved in Movember? I've been in the football club for 3 years now, and I'd seen in previous years a lot of the boys had got involved and raised a lot of money for a brilliant cause. So I thought it'd be good to get involved. A lot of boys take the initiative to do it all across the club, actually, so not just on the committee. In particular, 2 of the boys are doing the move for Movember. So they're running Bristol to Cardiff.
Had a fantastic turnout from the boys. Everyone's been getting involved in Movember in their own way, whether it's sort of just the old classic of growing the moustache, or plenty of people are moving from Movember.
So believe it or not, I have actually been trying to grow a moustache this month with very little success. And it has sort of led to me delaying taking those progress photos just because there hasn't really been any. But I think that's the whole point of it, just to start that conversation, no matter how good or bad it is, have that conversation with someone and sort of raise awareness for the charity. In terms of what the role of the student ambassador was essentially just to coordinate all the efforts of the students at the university into one. We were really lucky this year with having loads of people volunteering and trying to get involved to raise money and awareness for the foundation. Thank you to everyone at the charity because they've offered us all the resources and support we've needed through the month.
The team so far has raised £1,306 Bristol football, which is fantastic.
I managed to raise almost £800 for Movember this year by doing my challenge, and that is far more than I expected to raise. As a rugby club, we've hit over 10,000. I think our initial aim was to beat what we got last year, which was around the 8,000 mark. So that's huge. Special shout out to Ted Watts, who's raised £1,500, which is quite phenomenal, really. I think in general with men, and then potentially more so with rugby players, there is that stereotype that you have to be tough, you have to be strong, you have to be manly. And it's what we're trying to do now, me speaking to you, other boys speaking out, showing it is okay to speak out.
I think that football in general perhaps can foster some of the issues that Movember tries to tackle. So I know that football can be quite stressful, given it's a team sport, and you're reliant on other people, and there's obviously that whole like interpersonal side of it and the relations that you have within a team. At the football club, we've got a lot of mechanisms in place and infrastructure to try and bring people together and allow them to tackle issues.
Have a huge platform where they can encourage students to go and get involved in those clubs. And if you give the clubs the resources to be successful, to be large, to encompass everyone, people can go find that sense of community.
Raising awareness of Movember and having that as a really important thing in the calendar for a lot of young men to get involved with. I think if the mechanisms at the university were a little bit more robust and responsive, and perhaps were a bit quicker and more effective at what they did, then they'd perhaps be used a little bit more.
My word of support for any men struggling out there is please seek help. There's so many resources you can go to, your mates, hotlines, you can seek professional help. People want to help. You don't have to do it all on your own.
Everyone's got different circumstances and different things going on. But what I would say is a problem shared to problem halved.
Do you think that there have been steps taken to try and break down the barriers that surround men's mental health? I think there is still a looming stigma, but one of the most encouraging things that I've seen from this month is the amount of people willing to get involved and fundraise and show their support for the foundation. And I think that's testament to how many people are out there willing to listen and willing to be there for you, to support you. So one of the biggest things you need to do is to take that first step, and ultimately it'll be so worth it for you, and start talking about your issues, because that's the easiest ways to solve them.